my presentation today is more or less an attempt to motivate also the panelists to discuss and to think about what's beyond the current or the next 10 years. So with Dirk's words talking about science fiction. So you told us also that we are somehow a team science fiction. So yeah, but now we try to ask some questions, to do also provoking to do provoking comments or statements, what we expect for the future, what our customers expect from us, yeah, and what we expect from the entire global world. So yeah, today we Libor raised the topic. So most compelling question for the rail bases is, how does the future look like in 2050, for instance? Do we have autonomous cars and electrified vertical takeoff and landings? Do we have a colony on Mars? Yeah, so that's funny. It's funny to raise these topics here, but that's actually the state of the art discussion. We're talking about SpaceX, such companies which are doing really fast steps towards new transport systems. So we see the transport system not only limited to rails or rail-bound systems, we see the transport system as a whole. So everything what keeps us moving on. So that's our question. So I tried to do, I also work now with AI, since my brain is not too fast. I have to use AI. So yeah, I ask AI what does the mobility system look like in 2050, for instance? Yeah, no, there will be no picture. There will be just a few sentences. Are you sure? We see that and this, but there is no precise prediction of the future. That's a good thing, yeah, because we already know there is always a black swan somewhere somewhere hidden. Yeah, we don't know it. That's the true nature of a black swan. So actually, I asked, what is a prediction? A prediction is a forecast or a guess about the future events. And I asked, what is actually then the scientific guess? Yeah, because we need something kind of scientific baseline, yeah, to predict some things. So they are talking about hypothesis. And I did, yeah, okay, thank you. And I did, and we are, Dirk and me, we are observing such topics since a long time. We are looking to the market, to different studies, to scientific institutes, to different sources around the world. Yeah. And nowadays we're using also AI for our predictions and also for the observing. And we try to inform also our CEO or CTO what's coming up next. And that's somehow also, I would say, a good drop-in point for the discussion, what we see for the railways in the next couple of years or decades, I would say decades. Yeah. So I did their hypothesis. You don't see this. This is very it's not so good, but I try to explain what do I keep in mind when I was doing this presentation. So the first hypothesis will be forecasting tomorrow means understanding the challenges of today. So we have challenges. We already mentioned the challenges. So we are the person who is looking to this cardboard, and there are a lot of complex words, a lot of problems, a chaotic world, a VUCA world, and where's the right path? So you mentioned also the question, where's the right path? And we are also, but before we do this, yeah, we have to define or to ask ourselves, what is mobility look like? So are we planning a network system on the Mars colony? Yeah, or are we planning, I heard it also from Judith, she's not in the call, unfortunately. Is she in the call? No. Hyperloop systems on Earth or something like this. So actually, and what is the definition of mobility? Is it a lifestyle a thing, or is it more a comfort thing? Do we feel mobility as freedom? So if we look to the pictures back in the 60s, so the Cadillac, yeah, it's a kind of freedom. I have my car, I can drive anywhere I want. And also, it is a social statement. So actually, I drive a Mercedes-Benz. You drive only a Volkswagen, something like this. So just I want to provoke something here. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, or it's a routine. A routine is more like I'm a commuter and I need transportation every day. So, and we tried also to explain this from different perspectives. So we are not asking just one particular group. For instance, our customers, what do you think? What do we need? No, we look to different angles. We ask people, commuters, we ask also some global players, but we also ask the next generation. So these are, in my point of view, these are the next generation. They have to deal with the problems of 2050. Not the old guys like us, yeah. So like me. So yeah, you probably notice I can really switch somehow. Sorry, but I can we can. It's clear mega trends are everywhere. This is the global perspective. So this is what globally is the common understanding, and what is here very important is that by 2050, we double the passenger transport and we triple the freight transport. So transport is not, I would say, it will be influenced by political situations, but it's not that, would say, not that bad. Yeah. Also in a different scenario where we do have, would say, a kind of degrowth in globalization, we also do have a positive outlook to the transport center. So we still grow in transport. Yeah. And that's the main question. Also beneath all the other problems, demographic change, climate change, urbanization, globalization, digitalization helps us, of course, but we see the world is a little bit changing, sometimes faster, sometimes not so fast. Yeah, I mentioned before also we are looking not only to what does the global society thinks about. We are also doing some studies, international studies with other institutes. So we ask what Gen Z, no, it's this is the younger generation. We ask them, what do you think about transport? So they have totally a different opinion about the transport. They need more green, more stillness in cities. So they don't want motorways in cities. They don't want to journey fast. They want the famous wording is the life-work balance. Yeah. So there is a big discussion, societal discussion ongoing. What will be the work-life balance look like? Are we still living in cities, or are we moving to rural areas because we do have the internet? We have 5G, 6G, 10G. I don't know. Yeah. And they want to travel also sustainable, and they want to have more flexibility in all kind of things. So from work to life to travel, flexibility is the key word of the generation Z. And finally, as I always do now, we ask the great brain of the world, AI. So, what do you think, by the way, is the future in 2050 look like? What will be the mobility? And so they named the colony on Mars, for instance. So this is the picture. They see also the energy support system will look like solar panels and wind turbines. But they see also for us now very interesting is smart roads, autonomous vehicles, and at the forefront of Earth's future. So, and people using augmented reality tools in their daily work. So this is somehow, I would say, an antithesis to the transport. So, if we move on to more augmented reality or to more AI in our society, we even have also still the mobility or the need for mobility in physical. So the people like to move from A to B, although they are sitting at home and working. So that's the paradigm. So the second hypothesis is that's also a progressive one. Railway will remain the backbone for transport and connect all kinds of transportation modes. Why? Because we see now that we are already in a transition area. We are discussing things like in the here left up. We are talking about parallel systems, autonomous freight transport without a car body. So the car body will be the container. We see the Doppelmayr system, the connection between cable cars and road transport. We see a very interesting, by the way, I put also that YouTube link there, a very interesting concept from Kia. It's also published on this year's CES conference. So they integrate the mobility system into the architecture of cities. So it's not only an two-dimensional transport system, it's also a three-dimensional. So they used also the transport unit as an elevator or a balcony. And yeah, and we see also more and more digital applications in the railway, in the traveling. We see it in optimizing the operations every day, in the assets, in the communication. And also, it's a matter of the comfort of traveling. So if you just have one handheld and you put and you try to book a journey from A to B, you don't have to do much. So that's more a comfortable topic. Yeah, the third hypothesis will be also a little bit controversial at this point. So this is the famous first seamless train, by the way. So yeah, we are. Our opinion is that we are not living in a railway. I'm talking about the railway sector now. We are not talking. We are not in the railway sector. Just as a legal disclaimer here, I'm talking now about the railway system. Evolution, not revolution. So we are since 150 years. I have some examples to prove that a statement here. 150 years, we didn't have some disruptive things like the Uber cars, for instance. It doesn't affect too much the railway system. The railway system still is on their rails, on their infrastructure. So the taxi business, for instance, when we're talking about disruptive technologies, they changed. It was dramatically changed by assets like the apps. So now you see a lot of apps. So we have more a smooth transition from a very mechanical to a more digitized system environment. So there are a couple of examples. So you see there in the beginning, we have just this very simple connections between A and B. So from Pilsen to Nürnberg, for instance, there was just the people are using the train and nothing else. Now we are talking about connection hubs. So we do have these railway stations under airports. So we do this transition also manually. So we are walking out of the train and getting the next plane. And we are moving in the complexity of this station more to a supermodal station. So where we do also this transferring automatically. So you don't have to ask at the airport, where is my next gate? It will be transported somehow automatically. So you don't have to look for the next right gate or to the next train. So that saves money. That's also a question of comfort. Also here, efficiency, we see that the propulsion chain is was established steam, but also electrical in the beginning of the railway technologies. But now we see new autonomous propulsion sources like H2 hydrogen propelled or battery propelled trains. in the capacity, we see also a change more. Someone mentioned individuality. I guess Maria, it was your comment there, that we are moving from this mass transit vehicle to a more privatized individual compartment with a lot of functionalities. Yeah. So this is also the reason why people are using the car. We did some studies and asked people, frequent commuters around the Munich area, why when we make public transport free, you can choose your transport, you can use your transport vehicle, car or train. They say, no, I don't want to take the train. And then we ask why, and they say, because in the car I'm alone. So that's also a topic which we covered here in the Pods4Rail project, why it's so important to work on this passenger experience topic, on the individuality of the compartments, and also the flexibility. Also this is something what is pretty clear now. We in the beginning no IT on board. Now we are talking about half of the budget in a railway project is only IT. So there was a dramatic growth in CPU power and performance of the CPUs. So ending up in artificial intelligence on board and other things. So there's a lot of work. Also the same for passenger information. So we started with paper-based plans. Then we do have this screens, platform screens, and screens in compartments, and we are now ending up in the apps where you can do the ticketing, the real-time information, incident information, and everything in real time. So, and this is not the end. We expect a much more upcoming, frequently upcoming new apps, new innovations, and so it's a way you see. It's not one step, and we move from this technology to the next technology. It's more an evolutive way, a smooth way towards and fully digitized transport system in terms of rail. So, and this is the next. It's a little controversy to the third hypothesis. It's disruption will happen everywhere. This is, would say, more an topic which directly also will hit business models in particular. So business models are more disruptive than the technology, because the technology always follows a physical path. You can't stagger the CPU performance from double to the 4 times in a year. That's not possible. But you can do evolutive steps towards to the required performance. But if you just talking about business models, you can choose as an operator or an industry partner. You can choose. I'm not now producing trains and sell it to the customer. I'm now leasing. I'm a leasing company. I'm building trains, and lease it to the customer. Or at least if you just, that's also a question to the operators. If we are finally, we have to ask the question: if we run a fully automized or autonomous system, battery powered, what will be the role or the part of the operator in future? So if everything is automized, maintenance, service, passenger information, ticketing, operation, infrastructure, so what will be the part of the operator in the future? That's a critical question also for the operators, since we have an upcoming market here. You see, that's the point. We have innovative algorithms, make a disruption possible, and also affects our business every day and creates also new business opportunities for other market players. So actually, if you look to I started 10 years ago with Uber. So this was the disruptive company there. And nowadays you have in US, you have 10 different mobility providers, platforms. They don't own a car. They don't own a building office. They are just a digital platform and making a lot of money of this. So actually this is, this is what I understand as disruption is. Evolution is a series of small disruptions. So it's always a point of the perspective. Yeah? Where are you sitting? Are you sitting as a let's say in a high-end technology company? Yeah, then you see disruption is not so big. Yeah, but if you are, for instance, a passenger, then you see this is a total different animal. Yeah, now you can't pay it. You don't have a ticket machine. Yeah, you have to have this app and to pay via this app. So that's the question. And the fifth, yeah. 40 minutes. I'm now coming to the end. Yeah, don't bother me. And the fifth hypothesis is that's what we heard this morning also. Regulation and standards have to adapt to new technologies. So we are talking about modern AI-based surveillance technologies. If you look to Chinese networks, yeah, you can't detect. You don't need a ID badge there. Yeah, they do face recognition. Yeah, you get entrance just. They see you entering the airport and you get triggered or you get observed from step to step in the airport. So they don't need any passport, nothing. It's crazy, absolutely. And the next thing is also where we have to invent ourselves in a small evolutive way, is to use safety active measures like obstacle detection, for instance, to reduce, for instance, energy, the weight of the car bodies, the crash elements, for instance, as a starting point, and to also here to reduce the energy demand for the entire train, because losing weight means losing also or reducing the energy demand for the train. So that's nearly the end. So just as a reminder, 5 hypotheses. You know, the trick with the hypothesis is, hypotheses are scientifically based statements. Yeah, they're not proven yet. Yeah, you can do your antithesis. Yeah, and then you say, oh yeah, this is different. I have that. But as long as you don't have the proof that these are wrong, yeah, you are right. So that's the clue or the trick with the hypothesis. That's would say. And you see, okay, we have to finally summarizing this. So let's understand what are the challenges, but not only what we see as a challenge, but also see what will be seen as a challenge in the next 30 years. So from Gen Z, then railway will remain a backbone, mass transit, high-speed transport. I don't see any other alternative by now. I don't see Hyperloop as the main would say alternative for high-speed transport. To be honest, too much money, too much investment, different infrastructure. So I don't see this. Yeah, but I see more efficient railways. I see more high-speed. Evolution, not revolution. It's clear. So that's daily business. Disruption will happen everywhere. So for instance, especially in business concepts. So from I would say, if you look to the Green Deal, for instance, yeah, recycling, reuse of old car trains will be also a business in future. I'm pretty sure. And last but not least, the regulation and standards have to adapt. So that is also a comment to our discussion in the morning, that we have to do something. The automotive industry is using active. If you look to your car, you have different ADAS systems, drivers advisory systems. So I think now it's also time, to use these new technologies also in the railway business. So saying that, thank you for your attention. And I'm pretty eager and curious to follow your discussion. What do you think about these topics. So thank you very much.